ERA Global is the place, is the destination. If you're looking to distribute your product, if you're trying to find a way to scale and get global impact and get global reach for your product, you have to be here. This event can change your life. So don't miss it. Make sure you come here. And guys, come to the show. Don't miss it. This is the place to be. All right, here we are again from ERA Global's Global Launch Summit in Las Vegas, Nevada. Wonderful times out here. We got all the great marketers from around the world, and the product, the product creators, developers, manufacturers, marketers. So you can get a product anywhere in the world, all the way around the globe from right here. I am sitting with a legend in direct-to-consumer marketing, direct response, Mr. Joe Fowler.
Andy, back at you, legendary.
Oh, I'm no legend.
Oh, come on now. In this industry, yes, because you grow. Your company expands.
Listen, there's nothing like this guy. He's been, I promise you, he's kept you up late at night. He's sawed his way into your life. He's done in every infomercial you can think of, in every long form you've seen out there. Joe Fowler is one of the great legends.
Well, thank you.
How weird is it now as you start to see yourself in all of these countries?
Right.
Which shows you make an English, and then suddenly you're German.
Was geht in Deutschland? I have no idea what I just said, but
Ein Bier bitte.
Yeah, beer I know.
Yes.
Yeah. But you were saying this years ago at this summit that AI and all the advancements that, I'm going to be speaking German and you're going to have my mouth moving in German. I don't get it. I really don't get it, but it's so true. And I'll get that occasional text from somebody in other country that I know, and they'll say, here you are. I didn't know you knew Spanish. Here you are. Japanese, Joe? What are you doing? It's an amazing era we're in right now.
It's crazy when you start to think about the ability to launch products globally.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to do what is attainable today. It's always been the promise, right? Global launches of products has been the promise. Right. Go out, can we hit them out there in the world and instantly launch a product in 40, 50, 100 countries around the planet? Well, the answer is yeah, you could do it logistically, but you couldn't get the marketing pieces.
Right.
Now, shoot once and spread everything.
Well, it starts for me. It starts with the product, right? Yeah. A great product, a problem-solving product is good in Las Vegas. It's good in Munich. It's good in Tokyo. It's good. It works. People recognize, like music is the universal language. Well, a demo that shows a product doing something amazing is also a universal language, and they'll say, oh, I want that. I don't care what language you're saying, oh, I want that in. You're still saying, I want that. So the products that are out there, I love a product that's sent to me because my wife and I literally beat that product up to see if it does what it says it's going to do. And if that product is a star, then yeah, I'm along for the ride. It's what I am.
It's funny because I have a stack of new products in the garage right now.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm like, okay. And my wife's like, really? You have 7 vacuum cleaners? And I'm like, well, we got to try all 7 vacuum cleaners out. Which one's got the best? You have 42 pans. I'm like, and one of them is going to be a great pan.
One of them's going to emerge. Right. See, I have those 7. I have old products in our garage. I save them. Look, we can do a show of busts, products that didn't work, products that disappointed. I've got them. They're in my garage.
Okay. I think it's funny because there's been, like in this industry, in direct-to-consumer and direct response, for those of you out there that are watching this and know the direct response industry, you remember the infomercial, you remember Billy Mays, of course.
Absolutely.
Some of the legends that have really have driven the awareness of products and driving the direct-to-consumer. Well, a lot of that is a change to digital. The thing is, it never left the principles of marketing the product.
Intact. Yes. They're intact. Absolutely. Our delivery could change. Our methods can change. But you're right. The principles of introducing a product to someone, sharing the product with someone, demonstrating the product, to me, is still the demo. I don't know about you, but here's how I tell a great show from a good show. I turn the sound down, which is an indictment on me. I mean, but I turn the sound down. I watch the show. Yeah. Not listen to the show. I watch the show. Yeah, there are graphics that lead me along, but I watch the sincerity in the presenter. Yeah. I stare down the product, and watch what they do with it and how I could apply it to me as a consumer. So for me, that's one of the fundamentals. It's always has been. See a great product, see a great show. Okay, come on, we're turning it down. Let's watch it for 30 minutes without any sound. And it doesn't surprise me when I see something rise to the occasion.
I think a lot of the young marketers and the guys and gals that are out there that are doing influencer work, or they're on TikTok. I think you just hit a huge point. Like if you can get that demonstration to capture you to believe in what the product is,
right?
You can see it without having to say it. It's incredible. But I also do the opposite. Sometimes I will just listen and see if the message, the trigger in the right way, and if I'm getting the emotional connection to get that consumer or that viewer to become a consumer by building this little thread of
good point
of transition. So I think you got to look at it both ways.
Good point.
I'm with you. I love to look at it because the demos, like a good pan demo,
is gold.
Right. Let's drop. What was it? Jolly Ranchers back in the day.
Yeah, it slid right off. You know where Jolly Ranchers were invented? My hometown, Golden, Colorado. There you go. That was a nice drop.
Beer company.
I've heard of it. I think it's Coors Light, Blue Moon. Yeah, it's the largest single-site brewery in the world. Okay, enough for the promo of my town, but it is a great town.
So I think we're at this odd transition point right now, because for a lot of folks watching out there are listening to this, they're going to realize that a big thing has happened and changed. We all know that the streaming wars took off. Like, in all this content was being made, and it was moving towards this subscription-based streaming, and then suddenly it stopped, like a plane train. Because what happened was all these networks decided they were going to move everything to subscription-based streaming, and they broke the ad model that's at the core of television for forever. And so then you have to think about what's going to happen next. So what we started to see happening is a lot more brand integration and regular programming. So I think your idea about bringing back some of the old products that could,
right,
and just doing a content-based show on it could actually be the next generation of where we go in this space.
I see that as a great opportunity. It's amazing, and I know you see this too, but there's a lot of, it's all contracting, it's going away. No. More opportunity to do something, build a better mousetrap, do something different. I kind of think, tell me if you agree or disagree, we're in the Wild Wild West again.
Yes.
Are we not?
There are barter deals for programming. There's that haven't existed for 30 years.
Yes.
There's distribution opportunities. There's a democratization of distribution of content as a whole.
What does that mean?
That means you can get it anywhere. So YouTube is now what, 12%?
That's true.
12% of the viewing audience, 57% of those viewers on YouTube are watching longer formats. So as you start to aggregate those audiences, you have to think about aggregating audiences differently now and getting to that piece. And then I think there's another thing that's happened that's been huge, and we've had the pleasure of working with Blackstone and seeing their journey and being part of it. There's a loyalty bond that's starting to happen between consumers and brands that's deep.
Right.
It used to be like we come from a world where we have to get them to transact, right? We have to get the viewer to go from being a viewer to being a customer.
Right.
Now you have to get them to go from being a viewer to a customer to a loyal brand lover and a brand advocate.
Right.
If you can do that, then you can get longevity out of some of these products and brands.
I think in the 90s, Guthy-Rinker went for that big time.
They did.
Month to month. I mean, you would subscribe to their products because they did a lot of those products that were lotions, and you'd use them often. And if you can get a consumer to buy into and be a loyal consumer and then have some kind of a subscription base, then you've really won the day. And again, it's all about the product for me. It really is. I love, and I think you can revisit products as you hinted at too, because it's been 20 years with such and such. You know, the slicer dicer. Everybody knows about a slicer dicer. I tried it too, called the Kitchen Champ back in the 90s when I first started, and I started in 95.
Right.
Yeah. And by the way, I was just auditioning I was out in LA. My daughter was just newborn, and my wife, and I thought I was auditioning for a sitcom. And it was Packy McFarland.
Right.
And he handed me this little pump. I'm off on a tangent, I know, but watch this. So he handed me the pump, and he said, "Sell it to me." I said, are there sides? Because we get sides at auditions. You get some lines. He said, oh, no, you got 60 seconds. Sell it to me. Well, what does it do? No, don't talk. Do it. That's kind of the way it was. And it essentially was called pump and seal. You would pull air out of Ziploc bags and stuff, and say it's like the food saver before the food saver. So my basis was, and I didn't know what I was doing. I just said, well, there's air. We all have to have air. I didn't think this is sucking the air out. Yeah. It didn't matter. I had 60 seconds. Long story short, I got that gig. And that was a really strong show. But here's the caveat here. And I was the flavor of the month, Andy.
Yeah.
Then I had a bomb. I wasn't the flavor of the month. Yeah. You know how that goes. I mean, and so I had to work really hard to build up credibility. And I'm of the belief, and I know this is probably a bit of vanity, I believe that people see, oh, that's Joe, and if he had a bad product, I'm not buying from him again. Right. People tell me, nah, good product's a good product, but I put my name on it.
That's just it.
I believe that, and I think we have to believe that in order to have that truthfulness and to really believe in it. So that's the short story. It all started in '95 for me.
For me, listen, I came from news.
I came from sports.
Yeah. My world was not, I'm a broadcast journalism. I didn't think I was going to move into marketing. But then suddenly you find yourself in the space where you can cause an immediate reaction from a viewer or a consumer and get them to take an action.
Instant.
And you get really addicted to the juice of like the response that's coming out of the direct response energy.
Yes. We get that immediate when I was on QVC 20 years ago. They don't have this anymore. I know. There were monitors down there, right?
Oh, yeah.
And but one of the monitors was showing you how many people were calling in at the time. It was more calling. Yeah. So I'd be doing a paint demo, and I'd glance down, and I'd see, oh, God, nobody's calling. Oh, and it would affect me. Yeah. Or I'd be doing another demo, and I'd see that it's through the roof.
Yeah, but
instant. Yes. Instant response. Instant. And it's wild.
I think those days, and I loved live shopping, by the way.
Yeah.
I loved HSN.
Same. Yep.
And doing live interactive pieces, right? I think you get a knowledge of seeing how people respond, and you can learn the triggers that go along the way. But now you can apply that. You can go back and get the data that you're dealing with your digital videos and see where people are engaging and see where people are stopping to watch. And you can start to understand in the same space that we're talking about here just applies to across the board in the content side. So, all right, we're here at ERA Global.
Yes.
And this event, ERA has been around for a long time, but ERA Global is really about launching products on a international basis.
Yes.
Going through that path. Why is this event, not only the one in Vegas, but the one coming up in Mallorca?
We're going to an island, my friend.
Why are these events so important?
I can speak from the standpoint of a presenter.
Okay.
This is a must-attend event. No compromising. If the opportunity to come and talk face-to-face with people that otherwise, you might get an email now and then or a return phone call now and then, but to chat face-to-face with the people that literally make up the industry, that secure the products, that invent the products, that, source the products, that sell the products, that produce the shows.
Yeah.
For me, this is a one-stop shop, and it is absolutely imperative. The Global Launch Summit, for me is, and I love that we are just that, because it launches not only products, it launches careers that might have otherwise ended by now. I'm not kidding. I always leave this wonderful conference with, if at the least of which, a sense of value in our industry and excitement over the industry, but also a job or two.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I love it. I have set interviews and meetings, but just walking around and visiting with people. These are the people that make our industry tick. Yep. And so this is why it's important to me. But I will tell you this, Andy. I've asked other on-air people, come on, you got to get over here. And I'm not singing them. I have one new talent, a young lady who's coming here at my advice. But I would invite, I'm not going to name names, Mark Gill. I won't. I wouldn't. Sully, I'm not telling you to be here. Jenny, come on. Now, you guys are successful in your own right. All I would tell you is to be able to come here, sit, chat with Andy, chat with others, chat with leaders of different industries within our industry is valuable. There's no price tag on that.
And it's so huge right now because the direct-to-consumer and the direct response is live and well. Let me explain why.
Yeah.
When you see when I talked about this earlier, when you talk about the fragmentation that happened in distribution of content, moving from streaming to ad-supported video on demand, and then ultimately coming back to the networks, where the networks now have a void. They're not commissioning work and commissioning new shows the way they used to. Now you have to have a brand and brand integration involved to be able to get that show made. We're doing it right now with Blackstone. We're doing it right now with DreamWorks. We're making shows that are relevant with inside that. But on the local basis, what's happening to the local market television is there is a massive vacuum that is happening where there's massive amounts of airtime that need to be filled. The new day of the infomercial is the old day of the infomercial, and it is right now.
You are so right. You know, in Denver, Colorado, that metro area and that television market, I see ads from the TV stations asking you to advertise on the TV stations. I mean, what does that tell you? It tells you exactly what you're talking about. There are massive amounts of time that are available on the local level. And guess what? That's what we're still watching. That Saturday morning, the morning news, the evening news, we want to get a dose of our own area, our local. We're watching that, and those ratings have not dipped. Those ratings are stronger than ever. And there's spots for everything we do.
So I think when we start to look at this and you say shows for the U.S., shows for global outreach here, like if you're not at the Global Launch Summit, if you're not at these events where you're meeting these people, you can come in here and literally, I can walk in the room next to me and I can put your product right now in 40 countries.
Yeah, in front of them.
A couple of months, like get people to buy and order your product from you into 40 countries, and for them to advertise it in those markets, deal with the distribution, deal with the fulfillment, deal with all the problems and logistics that you don't want to deal with, but it puts money in your pocket faster than ever before. What they're all looking for is exactly what Joe said. They're all looking for great products.
Right.
Where does it begin?
It begins with the product is what it begins. It begins with a problem, and we're offering them the solution. And I would follow up what Andy just said. Where else can you get a product in front of 40 well-known countries that are trying to buy and want to sell?
With the decision maker.
Right, they're the ones that signed the check. Yes, that's exactly right. I would argue nowhere else.
Right.
You know, this place in Vegas every year, usually in September, and then the ERA Global overseas are two can't-miss events.
And listen, if you're a digital marketer as well, you need to be here as well, because these are the guys that are sourcing all the product. Like, if you're a digital marketer, you understand if you're doing direct-to-consumer, if you're an influencer, if you're out there and you're like, but I need these kitchen items, or I need these beauty items, I need these things that I need to be able to monetize the audience that I have. You need to be here meeting with these folks at the same time, because they have the sophistication of the system in place. They have the systems built for you to be able to get your product, or to get their product and help them market and take it to market, or to source your own product from that side of it.
Yeah,
like I can't describe how much this, for me, ERA has been such an impact on my career and my life, and allowed me to grow an incredible business. Like Bluewater, we've been blessed, but it's because of this organization and organizations like this. If you're in the room with the right people, great things happen. So get in the room with the right people.
And a lot of the right people are in this room here in Vegas. And I want to add that you've been ahead of the curve a lot of the times. Yes, you have been blessed, but you also bless us, because I go to the keynote speeches of many of which you've been a part of, and you were saying things years ago that have come true that I would think, come on, Andy, really? Would that really be? Yeah, that's really the case. Yeah, and it's happening. It's happening. So you want to stay ahead, cutting edge? This is also the place. Look, we all love to go to the housewares and the hardware shows, and Ambiente in Frankfurt. That's where the finished product is. That's already ready for stores. Start ahead of all of that, where the products are being sourced, sold, discussed, debated, improved. And in my case, they need someone to demo and pitch, someone to be the host. And this is why I form bonds with all these wonderful companies, including Andy's and several others, that they're the ones. It's down to a handful of really great companies.
There's a good group of people who know what they're doing here.
Yeah.
And they're all in the room. And they're all our friends.
Yes.
So from that standpoint, like, if I give you a call to action, right now, which is a core piece to all of the response side of it, is to go check out the Global Launch Summit, look up ERA Global, find the next event, become a member, or at least attend. If you attend, I promise you the return will come back from it, because the education you get out about understanding what this market is and understanding what you can do, you can't get that anywhere else. You can't meet these people anywhere else in this kind of compact.
No.
And it's not like you're going to one of these conferences where there's 30,000 people and you might meet one person that matters. You're going to a conference full of decision makers.
Right.
That's where you want to be, where the decision makers.
And from the hosting standpoint, I can tell you this much, just what he said. You can't meet these people on a weekly basis anywhere else. You can chase them down, but then again, you're the aggressor. You're chasing them. That they have their own time and their own schedule. They're coming to you here.
Yeah.
This is where they all gather. This is where we all gather, and it's not like they're reluctantly gathered. Everyone here is ready to chat, ready to talk, ready to get involved, and that's the beauty of the summit.
So for the last thought with Joe here from the Global Launch Summit here in Las Vegas with ERA Global, I want to just put this out there in the world. Manifestation is a real thing. You put out into the world something like what we're trying to tell you in the message we're trying to tell you. It's not because we're trying to advertise to you or sell to you. That's not it. We're telling you there's an opportunity in front of you. There's an opportunity for you to be able to
Yes.
your destiny if you decide to manifest that for yourself.
I couldn't say any better. I really love the idea of other on-camera personnel, other people, other hosts, other presenters to come and get involved here. Oh, will it take a job or two away from me? I don't care. I don't care. I want us to all thrive, because if they thrive, if Andy thrives, we all thrive. And this is the place where this is like the seed is planted right here in Las Vegas at the Global Launch Summit, and then it grows throughout the year. It grows.
This guy's the best on the planet. Unbelievable. So glad we're able to spend some time together.
Pleasure, Andy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being part of the podcast. And
Yeah.
There'll be more segments coming up.
Yep.
We've got players that are, from the music side. We've got huge brands that we're going to be talking to, sitting down. There's a bunch of panels you're going to be able to view and watch. Engage with the organization. Come to the next show.
What he said, for sure.